Lights are flashing, hearts are beating on the dance floor. We are meeting, equal rights, we're all the same. Love unites us, feel the flame. Breaking barriers, spreading love. Together we rise above. Hand in hand, we take a stand. In this world, love commands. Celebrate, celebrate. Equality and love. Celebrate, celebrate. Everybody rise above. Come on, come on. Echoes of freedom, let's rejoice. Join the rhythm, hear the voice. Hearts shout, feel the beat. Together, love is sweet. Unity in every way. Celebrate, let's sway. Every heart, every soul. Love will make us whole. Celebrate, celebrate. Equality and love. Celebrate, celebrate. Everybody rise above. Come on, come on, come on. Echoes of freedom, let's rejoice. Join the rhythm, hear the voice. Hearts shout, feel the beat. Together, love is sweet. Unity in every way. Celebrate, let's sway. Every heart, every soul. Love will make us whole. Celebrate, celebrate. Equality and love. Celebrate, celebrate. Everybody rise above. Come on, come on, come on. Echoes of freedom, let's rejoice. Join the rhythm, hear the voice. Hearts shout, feel the beat. Together, love is sweet. Lights are flashing, hearts are beating on the dance floor. We are meeting, equal rights, we're all the same. Love unites us, feel the flame. Breaking barriers, spreading love. Together we rise above. Hand in hand, we take a stand. In this world, love commands. Celebrate, celebrate. Equality and love. Celebrate, celebrate. Everybody rise above. Come on, come on. Echoes of freedom, let's rejoice. Join the rhythm, hear the voice. Hearts shout, feel the beat. Together, love is sweet. Unity in every way. Celebrate, let's sway. Every heart, every soul. Love will make us whole. Celebrate, celebrate. Equality and love. Celebrate, celebrate. Everybody rise above. Come on, come on, come on.
All right, are we? Do we have any audio in the house here? Okay, so that was the proposal that I sent off, and they were like, no thank you, according to a business leader. He says, you don't got a snowball's chance in hell. Marlene Dietrich, your symbol of equality, diversity, and inclusion. Too sexy, he told me. Too beautiful, and worst of all, too pro-Jewish, and worst of all, she's too white. That's exactly what I said. So it just, it really blew my mind to think that, this idea. Did you get the idea? Along the train tracks in Chicago, it goes directly along the 42nd parallel. And imagine if you continued that line, the 42nd parallel, all the way around the world, you'd hit Rome, you'd hit Russia, you'd hit Uzbekistan. Let's give it up for Uzbekistan. And the idea is, where would this image of this courageous woman who fought against the Nazis, right? Where would she be accepted in the world? And I thought, for sure, she'd be accepted. This portrait, this mural would be accepted in this DEI, super DEI community that the proposal was made for. And I was just like, really? Really? She's a little bit too much for the neighborhood. So, and that really shocked me, this idea that, this prominent leader in the community was correct. I thought he was crazy, but he was right on the ball. And so that gave me the inspiration. And we are going to be continuing to create images of Marlene Dietrich and other cinematic golden age superstars to put on buildings and to sell. And to sell in paintings, and I don't know if you can see here, prints, museum quality prints, this size, and this size, right? They're going to have a front and a back. We're on a mission to raise capital. To bring this on a worldwide scale, so we have murals all over the world celebrating the American Jewish culture, because it was the American Jewish culture in the golden age of cinema that made inclusion and diversity like the envy of the world. So it was just such a shock to see this type of thing going on here. Like this queers for Palestine, man. This deserves a hand clap and some laughs. So, you can't pink wash colonialism? What does that even mean? It's so ridiculous, man. It's so unbelievably immature and stupid. It's beyond the gay thing, or the LGBT thing. It's just cognitive dissonance in an unbelievable state. No pride in genocide? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? If you went to Palestine, they would genocide you, man. No pride in genocide. What are you talking about? So, this just display of cognitive dissension, it's just so unbelievably stupid at so many levels that I came up with this initiative to make these types of individuals, right? They don't know how to dress, they're miserable, and so how could we make these anti-Semitic people do this? We want them to be like, where is she? That's what we want. All day long, every day. And the idea to celebrate images like this of a beautiful, sexy, famous woman brought to fame with American Jewish investment, and she embraced the Jewish culture, it would make anti-Semites like this lose their freaking mind. And that is the point. This art to create that type of reaction, and so the idea is to write exhibitions. Everybody's dressed glamorous, beautiful portraits of sexy, gorgeous, golden age movie stars that represent the white colonialist Hollywood, you know. All that investment money perpetrating all of this toxic sexuality. And why I'm so passionate about this is because this unbelievable ridiculousness, right? Chickens for KFC, you know? Jews for the Holocaust, like, right? What other ridiculousness can you think of? Just, I can't, I'm going blank at the moment. I don't have my fidget tool, but, so, because this was just so shocking to me, I just couldn't believe this type of dissonance could occupy college people in college, in Ivy League universities. It was just so shocking to me that it's a way because this type of art, realistic art, is art of the, white toxic colonialist male, and that whole thing, Velasquez had a slave. Velasquez had a slave. Velasquez had a slave. right? And so Rembrandt, all of the old masters who revolutionized painting and really revolutionized the world in terms of perspective. Architecture was born from this Renaissance craft of realism. And the great thing about realism is it doesn't look good. Does this person look like Marlene Dietrich or not? Right? You know, there's no. So that's a poster. So that we'll be selling as well, a 3-foot by 3-foot poster. So is that Marlene Dietrich or is that not Marlene Dietrich? Right? There's none of this abstract art like talking about it. Is it did you nail it or didn't you? It's merit based. It's none of this participation trophy crap. And so and within that framework of reality, and within that framework of realism, I get to talk about everything. I get to talk about how peak oil in fossil fuels, dinosaur slime, petroleum is abiotic, people. It doesn't come from fossils. All right? Just like Nietzsche said, when you kill God, some of the most ridiculous crap imaginable will appear. And so instead of having cool dragons, right, with God and the spirit worlds, you have cool dragons with wings, or like the Chinese dragons that represent good luck and, you know, a diplomacy between the spirit world and the human world, right? Instead of that, you kill God, you get dinosaur feces, urine, and slime that come up through the earth and have fire in terms of CO2, the gas of life that's killing the earth. It's the most hilarious, most stupid. They're gonna look back and be like, you know, at least the generations before had cool dragons. These goddess dead people were the most ridiculous, pathetic storytellers that ever lived. And so with this framework of reality, I get to not just talk about anti-Semitism, but I get to talk about how stupid, how you can see decades before vaccines were introduced, infectious disease disappeared. All right, so it wasn't the white coats, premises, pole-pishing doctors who ended infectious disease. It was the Italian, Polish, Irish immigrants and the newly freed black slaves who dug ditches and pipe fitted by hand that ended infectious disease. Not the white coats. It's racist to say the white coat, imperialist, petrol theistic pill pushers ended infectious disease. And so I get to talk about all of that. Like 9/11, you know, the Building 7, and the fact that all of the buildings failed in a way which is textbook controlled demolition. I get to talk about all of that through the lens of realism. And by focusing on art against anti-Semitism and how ridiculous and pathetic this queers for Palestine thing is. I mean, can anybody tell me what this means? You can't pink wash colonialism? What does it mean? You can't pink wash colonialism? What? What does that mean? So embarrassing, intellectually vacant. of to classify the Jewish culture as colonialists is just a complete invention of nothing that exists in the historical records. The Jewish people were nomads until the state of Israel, man. How? What? Anyways, so let's see. So once again, we're on a capital race. We're going to bootstrap. We're not looking for investment money unless we want to talk NFT. Then we can talk investment. But generally, we're just looking to get a sales strategy going. And so I'll be contacting galleries to invite them to come on the show to say hi. You have to. And we're going to do like a update on, oops, we don't want to put that. There we go. And so we're doing another portrait of Madame Dietrich, just because we want to make sure we can get that hysteria level up to 11. And so this is yesterday's painting, right? And so this is today's. And as you can see, I've got it lined up in a 5 gradient tonal scale. Darkest dark, lightest light, mid-tone. And then you just break down the mid-tone to be a little bit darker and a little bit lighter. And then you just get after it. All right, and let me show you the method that I came up with to sort of help people who, and as you can see, I'm not one of these, paint splattering artists that splatter paint everywhere, like, Jackson Pollock or Basquiat or whatever this guy's, the black Picasso, As a craftsman, you look at all the famous old masters, they were dealing with the richest people in the world. You don't go meeting with the kings and queens and the most powerful people of the world looking like you smell like urine. All right? You dress appropriately. And this is a craft that you can do without getting paint all over everything. You just have to be organized. And so as you can see here, we are organized. We've got the tones here, and we start out upside down. Like that. And the reason we start upside down is because we don't want to paint hands and eyes and noses and mouths. We just want to secure the perimeter. We want to figure out where the basic shapes are. And so what I've done in this method, I call the classical artist painting method for executives, right? I break it down. Okay, so it takes a long time. I must have to compress these. I think I have to compress these photos. It takes a long time for them to move. All right. So we start out like this. This is called securing the perimeter, right? And after you secure the perimeter, and as you can see here, oops. Right, we went one. There we go. So I use this to start to bring in the toes and start to adjust things and get a finer tune. All right. And then this photo right here is at a 30% reduction in terms of brightness, And, you know, we're always squinting our eyes to see how things are going. And then we also use the miroir noir. Okay, the miroir noir. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, and so we put this like this. Can you see me? Can I see you? All right. So you look here, like this. All right, and you try to capture your image along with your source image. That's why the source image and the image you're painting need to be close together. Otherwise, you're going like that back and forth. Right? And by using the miroir noir, you're able to assess the tones in a different format, which means you're able to break it down differently than just looking at it like this. I don't know why this works, but this works. You look at something like this all day long, and something happens with your brain. you just can't see anymore, right? And I don't know why that happens. You just start. You just need a break sometimes, and this gives you a break, and you're able to assess the tones in a much easier format. So this is about, I don't know, maybe 2 hours in. I'm about 2 hours in. Let's see here. So if we can go like this. Oops, everything is gone. Okay, so this was yesterday's, right? This took me about, I don't know, 30 minutes. And this took about, to bring it from here to here was about another maybe 90 minutes, maybe a little bit less. I didn't spend too long, maybe about an hour. But as you can see, we're bringing in it's getting more and more 3D-ish, and I'm keeping as loose as I can for as long as I can, and when in doubt, blur it out. So once again, you squint your eyes. Let's take a look at the actual thing. We'll go again. Right? So take a look. What would you go for? Let's see if I can get one without the. There we go. So what would you hit? What would you hit and where? You see where I'm going? So squint your eyes. So the first thing I see. It would be stupid to throw it away. So let's get out on this boat and stop your crying for days. The first thing that I see is, if you squint your eyes, is there's lovely light going in, up and around here. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to just blast in. Oh yeah, baby, come on with the light. And I'm going to be very loose because, I'm not too sure about everything. I'm going to see. Oh, that looks better. And then that's basically. And so for my midtones here, this looks like it could be darkened up a little bit. And you have your favorite music on. Not that this is my favorite music, but it's royalty free, and if it's free, it's for me. All right, and so that's the process. I was originally going to do a lot of painting with us together, but unless you're Bob Ross, that genre's kind of been taken up. What's that guy? The German guy. Remember that guy? You must blast into the sunset with the color. The color you blast. I love that guy. So I don't want to create. I don't want to create a podcast that is as boring as watching paint dry. If you know what I mean. So I'll show you the update. And so unless you drop a paintbrush in your lap, you might get, a few marks here, and I'm getting those marks from turning that canvas back and forth for you to kind of show what's up. But I cut, right? Pieces of paper towel just this big, and you just take a little bit of mineral spirits. And if you are any type of lady or gentleman that likes to work with their hands in the garage, this odorless my mic is speaking, odorless mineral spirits to broadcast and think, so odorless mineral spirits is just this lovely smell. Makes me feel like springtime. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for watching. Leave your comments in the chat or wherever you're commenting in YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever you're checking this out. And so we're going to get this party started. Oh, this has took me so long to get. I want to show you something here. And so this is the setup that I use. So I've got everything staggered. So this is the microphone. I've actually got a denoiser. This is a free program. This is awesome. This is a denoiser. So I'm routing it so I can hear it, and I'm routing it. B2 is for you. And then if we should have a guest, that guest comes in here. So it took me a long time to kind of figure that all out. This is my free, royalty-free source of music. No commercials, but every once in a while I get flagged. So I'm not quite sure how that works, why I'm getting flagged on some certain songs. And then this is my OBS thing that I use, broadcast tool, free. All of these are free, that I use to switch. So when I'm switching, like from here to here, it's happening here in the OBS thing. And then I've got I monitor the CPU. And we're pretty hot today. I'm not quite sure why. Let's experiment here together. Okay, so the Firefox is up at like 44%, which is unusual. So let's get rid of all of these ridiculous people. Bye-bye. Okay, let's see if that lowers. See, the Firefox should lower. Oh, it's not. I think maybe I gotta do a little cleaning. Sometimes it just gets filled with cookies and whatnot. So anyways, like I was saying, so this is what we're going to do. We want to get these images of golden age movie stars, just so huge and in the hands of so many people, and have just endless. And I've got a whole catalog of images to sell and propose for murals, all celebrating the American. Oops, sorry. We're not done yet, man. Hey, control room. What was that? What was I saying? Oh yeah. So, the goal is to raise $250K as sort of seed money to get this thing worldwide, because we're going to have to support a team that's going to be contacting like diplomatic, that whole diplomatic world, trying to get it on buildings, as public as well as private buildings, and to see kind of what resistance that we get, and to also be able to catalog and film this, to do it for social media. But obviously, if this thing starts to get legs, we want to have the resources we need to bring this into to catalog our journey into a small independent film. The Stars of David campaign, celebrating the American Jewish influence on the world, bringing diversity and inclusion, which is baked into the cake of the Jewish culture that these stupid, anti-Semitic, retarded people don't understand. But we're going to make sure that we drive them crazy, hysterical, with the most beautiful, awesome, realistic portraits that the world has ever seen, and we're going to do it together. So I'll be doing these podcasts at noon, Monday through Saturday. So I encourage you to join me. The more that I can get feedback, the more I can tailor this sort of hodgepodge of ideas and presentations into something that I can tighten up and that will really kick butt. All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, and we'll see you next time. All right. Au revoir.